So yeah, this is going to go real quick. We're going to snag some Derrick Henry here. Could grab wide receiver at Davante Adams. Don't want him. Wide receiver is just so deep this year. It kind of doesn't matter. Like if you're not getting like Davante Adams or Michael Thomas, you're getting in that 2 range. Like it's not like a big difference. Whereas to your running backs, it is a big difference. There's a big positional disparity. So if you get the chance to land, like right now, like these are going by like general positional rankings. So I probably should land somewhere around like these 3 between Eckler, Jacobs, Mixon. Now this is just gonna go all auto, which is gonna be fine. It's actually just what I want for the time frame that we're in. So yeah, like I said, Josh Jacobs played like all I see with a broken shoulder. So we're gonna take him. He's gonna go around. It looks like we're probably gonna get like AJ. Wow, we get Clyde. We're taking Clyde. Taking Clyde. That was solid. So it looks like the dudes that did go in live just set their queue and dipped. Just fine. But if you're like me and you're literally not doing anything, you're doing this, collecting information, collecting data, analysis, everything like that. I mean, do your thing. But if you're starting off with like Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Clyde Hilaire at the 7, with all these guys going down, man, missed Robert Woods. That's a little rough. We're gonna grab Cooper Kupp though. Cooper's fine. Maybe, hopefully, we got Devontae Parker, Devontae or DK Metcalf. Both those are fine. All right, get Devontae. Like it a lot. That was solid. Alright, so because this is going by the consensus, this is like moderately cheat mode. And I should reach for Kyler Murray. Or if not, just take Cam Akers. Julian Edelman's also just a wide receiver 1. Just going to take Cam Akers. There's our 4 running backs. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Cam Akers by consensus rating at the 7. So even if you're just drafting with people who are just like, oh, this is like the best player on the board, etc., that like the first 4 or 5 rounds, you're just raking it in. Kyler Murray went. All those guys. We're just going to take Julian Edelman. He's a wide receiver 1. Like, granted, he's a slot receiver, but he's going to get looks. He's going to get looks per game. He usually averages about, like, 70 to, like, 85-ish yards. Even on, like, a mediocre week, that's, like, his usual, like, yardage. And his receptions along those lines are somewhere around, like, 7. So even, like, 13, like, 15 points for a flex isn't the worst on, like, a bye week, which is kind of where you want him. I mean, when you have, like, Parker and Kupp, who are late bye weeks at the 9 and 11 going into that. So it's not bad. We should table here Brandon Cooks or Deontay Johnson. Either one's fine. At the worst, Christian Kirk. Very satisfied with all of these picks, and we get Cooks, so that's fine. We're going to take Cooks. He's going to be the 1. And really, like, if Cooks is the 1 in that offense and he stays healthy for a bit of the season, I'm fine with that. Preston's gone, so I do get to get Christian Kirk. Yeah, Christian Kirk right here. Seems fine. I don't think I get Josh Allen by rating. But I do get to get, like, someone very nice, like Judy or Justin Jefferson. Both of these are very solid, like, wide receiver 2s. Jerry Jeudy is probably, like, the 3rd runner-up in his offense, whereas Jefferson is probably about the same. You know what? Thinking like that, I'm just going to go with J.K. Dobbins, because he's not going to be there when he comes back. He's a good bet for someone to be, like, an Alvin Kamara-esque starter coming up. I get to grab Hayden Hurst coming up here at the turn. Just super late, but I mean, we get him. What are you going to do? So, all right, we get Brandon Ayuk next because he's the number 1 San Fran. Then it starts breaking a little rough. So the reason we are taking Brandon Ayuk is because he is the number 1. No reason to not take him. You notice we haven't taken a quarterback yet. Like, that's fine. So we're going to get Justin Tucker. Getting Justin Tucker is like having a flex. I'll say it every time. Getting Justin Tucker or Harrison Butker, like Will Lutz, Matt Prater, any of those 4 kickers is like having a flex in your kicker slot. You probably want them. And if you're taking them in like the 13th, 14th round, it doesn't matter. You're fine. So Minshew's down there. Chase Edmonds is right there. One I'm very high on. I got McFarland. I like all of those. Chase Edmonds is in. Yeah, there's no reason to reach. I'm like, play Minshew. He plays against some bad defenses. Well, not, I wouldn't say they're like bad defenses, but like they're very suspect. Like the Jaguars defense is obviously decent. He plays for them. The fucking Colts defense isn't that great. A lot of shootouts. Houston defense can say the same. Tennessee defense, solid. Nothing like their front solid. Their secondary solid. They control the pace of the game. That's where Tennessee wins football games. They control the pace. Like Minshew's had like a very. I'll go pretty deep into Minshew, but his rush rating, like his amount of yards per game, ended up leading the. Or not leading, but it was like third in the NFL. It was one of the top percentiles. So real quick, we had Derrick Henry in the first, then followed by Josh Jacobs, Clyde, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Parker, Cam Akers, Julian Edelman, Brandon Cooks, Christian Kirk, J.K. Dobbins, Hayden Hurst, Brandon Ayuk, Justin Tucker, Chase Edmonds, Gardner Minshew, the Mustache, and the Cowboys defense headlined by Leighton Vander Esch, brother. Anyway, yeah, Gardner Minshew, he had good rates. I'll go deep into him, going a little bit more heading towards draft. But his rating, as far as his touchdown rating, the amount of rushing yards, he led the amount of rushing yards without getting a touchdown to our quarterbacks in the league. So that just obviously leads to some sort of positive regression. I'll just lead it off with that, and you can kind of take it from there and from your imagination about what he can possibly do. But grabbing him in literally the second to last round, can't go wrong. But thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment, follow. All of it free. All of it helps. Greatly appreciate it. We'll be going on with this much, much more. Thank you all once again. Enjoy your night. Be safe out there. God bless you.